Brad Pitt and breakup. And Jolie. Oh my god. Oh crap. Did I fall asleep? Oh crap. Is the movie over? Damn it. Hello and welcome back to another midnight showing. As always, I'm Kelly, and I just got out of Allied. One of those movies I was looking forward to, but didn't live up to the potential. Yeah, to say this movie was a disappointment is a little bit of an understatement, truth be told. There are great moments in this movie. Some really good, well-acted, bone-chilling moments. And then there's a lot of moments where it is slow, monotonous, and just plain boring. But no more dancing around details. If you don't want any kind of meat and nitty-gritty of this, it isn't worth seeing in theaters. It's probably worth redboxing at best. But we'll see how that is when we start talking about Brad Pitt. No, seriously, the cast in this movie is really great. Brad Pitt, Maria, that name, and seriously, just the cast is trying as hard as they can, and there are moments when Brad Pitt, especially, his intensity, his anger behind his eyes, his frustration, really does shine through in this movie. Person whose name I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce here, she is unusually whimsical in the second half of this film, but she does really pull through when shit hits the fan, and I can honestly say more movies with her inside of them would be great, even if her death scene in The Dark Knight Rises is the stuff of legends. I'd also be remiss to mention one scene where Brad Pitt goes like Ethan Hunt Terminator on a bunch of freaking Nazis driving in a truck with a grenade and a bunch of just double tapping them all to make sure they're not zombies. That's probably the best action part in the movie, truth be told. But really, that kind of gets me into the first point when we're talking about this is not a thriller action movie like we were led to believe. This is a period piece romance with some thriller bits thrown in. Do not believe the trailer. I cannot stress this enough. We were lied to. Okay? If you go inside of this movie like I did, thinking you're going to get a thriller action piece with some like spy and espionage stuff, you're going to get some of that near the second half of this movie. But the majority of the movie is literally just Brad Pitt and Marine, that name, falling in love and going on this mission to assassinate the ambassador. That thrill stuff doesn't even happen until like the last third of the movie. And even then, it's a little downplayed. It's more about the relationship between Brad Pitt and this woman, trying their damnedest to make this entire situation work. And when he finds out she could potentially just be a spy, he's looking for evidence, trying to figure out who's on which side. Which, to the movie's credit, they actually do keep you guessing as to whether or not she is a German spy or if she isn't. But if you've seen this type of movie before, you know exactly where this is going. Predictability is aside, though, there were also some really weird logic flaws. Okay, so Brad Pitt is working for the British intelligence. Why isn't he using a British accent? Oh, it says Canada on his shirt, on his freaking uniform. Do Canadian intelligence people usually somehow make it into British intelligence networks and live in London, even though they're not on missions? Guys, there's some leaps of logic here. Clearly, this movie was written for an all-British cast, and they managed to get Brad Pitt, so they just said, oh, he's a Canadian officer, and he doesn't need to do an accent. Why the fuck not? He sticks out like a sore fucking thumb. He's an American, for God's sake, claiming to be a Canadian who works for the British intelligence who has to infiltrate France. Do you see the leaps of logic there? Seriously, looking this up, it's somehow getting an 81 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it has something so blatantly stupid plastered right in front of it. How is this possible? And as I said, there are some great moments inside of this movie, but really, some of the romance stuff, especially before they go into the whole thriller is she a spy or not subplot, which it is mostly a subplot, some of the romance bits between the initial mission and the thriller part in the middle are just kind of boring. Oh, it's a mundane. They're an average Britain family during World War II and the raids. Woo! Yeah, no. I'm sorry, I was falling asleep at parts inside of this movie. I had felt no regret actually having to get up and go to the bathroom, which I usually do inside of movies. I don't like getting up in the middle of one because I always feel like I'm going to miss something. I did not feel like I missed jack shit in this movie when I did that, and I was gone for like 5 or 6 minutes. And yeah, there really isn't nothing else to talk about, so let's just move on. This was clearly supposed to be something better than it was. It was clearly supposed to be a movie where Brad Pitt can do another World War II portion, because he loves doing those roles these days, it seems, Fury and Inglourious Basterds. And he can actually show his stuff by really showing just how much anger and really just emotion he can keep just behind the stare in his eyes. Unfortunately, what it turned out is a few good scenes, but ultimately a boring mess. And it really does suck that this is the film. This is the film that destroys his relationship with Angelina Jolie. Just like to say that. Look, I'm usually not into Hollywood gossip, but it felt like those two kind of, moved above all of it. Everyone was giving them shit for everything they were doing, but it actually felt like they were doing something other than, pandering to the freaking tabloid trash. But this is the film that destroyed their marriage. I don't think it was worth it. Do you? My personal final verdict on this, it's a wait for Redbox. It's not worth seeing in theaters, and it's definitely not worth going out of your way to actually see. But the good, intense moments that you will find in it, if you see it in Redbox or on Netflix, go ahead, pop it on. Hour and 40 minutes might help you sleep. And that's it for me. Did you enjoy the video? Have you seen Allied? Tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. Maybe we'll get some healthy discussion going. And as always, if you like what you see, be sure to hit the like button, the share button, and subscribe for more. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Also, follow me on Twitch. I am going to be doing some stuff with Final Fantasy 15 there, so be sure to look at that. And yeah, that's it for me, so I'll see you all next time.